Hello, good evening. This is Mr. Gomez once again, and we are discussing Google Drive, and I'm going to show you how to create a new folder and what you can do with those folders in Google Drive. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to click the button up here that says New. And then I'm going to click New Folder. Now, in this class, we had to create one called Q4 2017. Now, if you would like, you can, if you're practicing, you can call it something else, right? That's all right. So, for example, I can type something else, and that will work for now. So I'm going to click Create. And here is my something else. Now, there's a couple of things I can do with this folder. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on this folder. I have it selected. Notice when you select something, it turns blue. And so I'm going to select my something else folder, right click, and I'm going to change the color. So I can change the color of this folder. I'm going to change this to a really bright red. That way we can see it. And now there's a couple of things I can do here. Notice when if you look up here, there's nothing. But once I click on something, a new set of tools opens up. So if I want to add a star, right, I can do that here. Also, if I need to delete it or remove it, here's the trash can. You can do that here. If you need to share this folder with somebody else, then I can share this folder. And of course, I'm going to right click. And then if I need to call it, if I need to rename this, I can. Once again, I'll go through that again. So I can right click on that. And then I can click rename. And then I can title it. Let's say I want to call it something special. And then I'm going to click OK. Now, I am going to make some folders inside of this something special folder. That will keep me organized for when I start creating some other files or if I need to put some files in here. So I'm going to double click. Now, if you notice, this is empty, but if you look up here, it will tell you where you are. You are in my drive in the something special folder. All right. And of course, we have our controls right here if we need it. You can change the color, you can rename it. Same controls. But the only thing we're going to do here is we're going to put a folder in here. Yes, a folder inside of a folder. We're going to click New, New Folder. And now we're going to call this, let's say we'll call this Photos of Kids. Or Photos of My Kids. I'm going to click Create. And so now we have a folder. We can do this again. Click New, New Folder. And let's say we call this Important Records and Documents. And then we're going to click Create. And so now I have two folders inside of the Something Special folder. So for example, if I double click on here, I am now inside the important records and documents. Notice there's nothing here, which is inside of the something special folder, which is inside of my drive. Right? This is important. This way we can keep ourselves organized. If you noticed, I'm back in my drive, but if I want to go back into the something special folder, I have to double click on it again to get back in. But if I want to move back out, I can click up here, or I can just go to my drive. Now notice when I click on my drive, if I click this little arrow right here, I'm going to get a directory of all my folders. So I'm going to scroll down to the something special folder, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So I'm going to click right here, and that's going to drop my other two folders. So this is what you've made if you've been following this. You have your something special folder, and inside of that you have important records and documents, and you have photos of my kids. And if you want to close that directory up, you just click on that arrow again, and that will close it up. And I'm going to do that once again right here with my drive. All right, so now we have some folders in here. Of course, if I want to change the colors, I can. It'll make it easier to tell them apart. For this, you can pick any color you like. All right, that is how you create a folder in Google Drive. And this is how you create a folder inside of a folder. And these are some of the controls that you have for your folder. You can share, you can delete, you can add a star to it if it's important. All right, so if you have any questions, be sure to email me. Until next class, thank you very much and have a good evening.